started then, since we got a quorum. So welcome everybody to the special school board meeting. It's now open to in-person participation and available to the public via live stream on the Central Consolidated School District YouTube channel. Item 1, routine matters. A, call meeting to order and verify quorum present through roll call. Ms. Haskey.
I'm here.
Mr. So. Ms. Asmus. Ms. Montoya.
I'm present.
And myself, that is 3. We do have a quorum. On to item 2, reports. A, report board action, special unique trip request to include students in advocacy on impact aid and JOM with congressional offices and other relevant national offices in Washington, D.C. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, sir.
Do we have that document to read, to present to the board?
So I'm going to have to defer to Cheryl Benally if Cheryl's on there. I know
That's fine.
Some of the information, just so everybody's aware, was relayed today. So there is the possibility that there is somewhat of an outline that's not all the I's might not be dotted and T's might not be crossed, but hopefully she's able to share something with you. Are you there, Cheryl?
Oh, yes. Good afternoon, board members, Montoya, President Montoya, and board members. So it was presented to have a field trip or a unique trip request for a couple of students and staff members to be chaperones for this event. And so what we are presenting is that the unique field trip would be to have students and staff members to be advocates to advocate on the behalf of Johnson O'Malley programs and impact aid funding, and also meet with congressional offices and other advocacy groups such as NIEA, NAFIS, and IISA. So with that, the trip will be an educational trip for federal lawmaking processes and how to advocate for federal funding. So we plan to schedule meetings in conjunction with collaborative efforts from different LEAs such as the Napa Nation Department of Education, and also with school board members and delegates. So this would be a great opportunity for them to advocate as far as being a part of the equity initiative, and also for the programming of what we do with our programs with Intercultural Community Outreach Department. So the trip would be from September 8th would be for travel. The dates of advocacy would be from September 9th and 10th, and then return date would be September 11th. So we would work with the school principals to get those dates excused, and also provide them with the agenda of who and they will be meeting with, and a part of how it would be applied to maybe their government studies, also social studies, and also maybe civics classes of what they're taking. We are focusing on high school students, 2 high school students, a male and female, to attend. So as Mr. Carlson had stated, there are some things that are needing to be verified, and that those things are in the works as we are trying to get everything situated. So we are working with the funding sources such as grant funding to help support this initiative. That is all that I have at this point. So if there are any questions, I will do my best to answer them.
Okay, before I proceed, I just want to let people know that about the clarification of travel, and I absolutely apologize for giving the wrong information on the date, because my mind was focused on NAFIS, and I know that in the initial email thread that was sent to me from Board Member Haskey that that was the date of in early September on the 8th through the 11th. Again, the 8th being the travel, and 11th being the return date. So for that, that's my fault, and I apologize. And I know it kind of puts a crunch on everybody to try to get things done, but I'm pretty certain that we can and we will, because I know we have the individuals that are capable to do that. So again, my sincere apologies for making that error in the timing. So, but I appreciate the work and effort that's being put in by everybody, superintendent, your administration, and again, that these students that will be traveling with us out there. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up. I see your hand is raised, Ms. Haskey.
So the travel would be on September 14th on a Monday to travel to DC. We will be meeting with our Congress or senators, I believe more senators, Senate Appropriation Committee members for 2 days and then return back. I will have the agenda on Tuesday, September 1st. I will be getting that agenda from the Washington office. And then we can give that, do some of the tie it into the legislative area when we get that information, if that's helpful. Thank you.
That is, I want to make sure that we have Ms. Chappelle's on the call as well, so that she's kind of corroborating those dates, because I hate to bring this up, but I was under the impression originally it was the 20th and then to the 8th, and now it's sort of in the middle. So, is that correct, Ms. Chappelle?
It's, may I make a statement?
Yes, you
real
may.
quick, a
Please.
comment? So the reason why it would be the week before NAFIS. The idea is the week before all the people are back in DC, but you're not having to compete with people from NAFIS. The people who are attending NAFIS will also be at the Hill.
Board President, and just to answer the question from Superintendent, I just used the dates that were in the email that Board Member Haskey provided us. So I apologize if I'm not up to speed on the latest date.
No, it's my fault. It was coordinating the best time with the Washington office, so that's why the dates fluctuated. And we were just still trying to figure out the dates until I sent it. I think I had emailed it out recently, so I apologize for that delay. Thank you.
So with that, and again, that's my error for not giving out the correct date and time, because I do recall now that she had said that date, which does make sense because of the timing with everybody from Dr. Begay, I see your hand is raised. I'm going to finish my comment and then we'll proceed with you. But the timing is absolutely better for our students to be able to have a little bit more one-on-one in respects to being able to express themselves rather than being lumped in with, oh my God, the numerous amounts of people from around the country at that time. So I think it's quite fitting that they have that opportunity during that time when everybody does return back to the Hill, because if I'm not mistaken, that is that week when everybody will be in DC. So I appreciate the clarification, Ms. Haskey, if we can get that travel date, the end date on that document, so ICO can have the correct dates and times, and then the flights can be corrected and in conjunction with that travel, and also the hotel stay for the correct dates as well. Let me go to Dr. Begay first. Dr. Begay, your hand is raised.
Yate Shikeda Shidana. Good afternoon. We just got a message like 2.5 hours ago to get this trip together. And we were given a different date, so we started on that. And then like an hour later, we're told a different date. and then now we're being told a different date again. So what is the exact dates now? Because we were told to rush to do the travel paperwork, we put a itinerary together, then it changed, and then we had to change again, which reflected prices and airlines and the hotels or the lodging, and now it's changing again. So yeah, and we've been communicating those changes with the chaperones and the students, and can someone just give us the finalized dates, because these prices are fluctuating, and it's I don't know. I mean, we have to make these changes again. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Haskey, we concrete on the actual
Yes.
days that we have.
Yes, it would be the 14th September. It would be Monday. I was just going back based off of memory. Be flying out Monday the 14th and being there the 15th and 16th, and then traveling back on the 17th.
Okay. So is everybody clear on that, on the correction for the time? So we have concrete date to leave, to fly out, and a concrete day that the students will be there, and a concrete time when they're returning. Thank you, Cheryl, for that thumbs up. I appreciate that. So we
Okay.
can,
May I add something?
yes, please.
I know we're being rushed to submit paperwork for this approval, but with all these changes, we have to change everything again and see if these students and chaperones are available for those dates. So I don't know how fast you want us to get the paperwork in for this approval. Or just approve the trip and then we can amend all these changes when we get things finalized again, because we have to check with the chaperones and the students again, and then get different prices or itineraries gonna change with the flights.
I understand that, Dr. Begay. Superintendent, did you have a comment?
I just unmuted myself so I could comment, but, yeah, I understand what she's saying. I don't know. I'm gonna have to leave that up to board president though, because, I think that the board probably can approve the trip, pending changes, pending dollar amount. But I'm gonna leave that up to board president, just so, and if there needs to be another meeting, and if we can have another meeting, however, whatever needs to happen. I do appreciate though, the last minute work that you're all doing, Dr. McGay, so keep it up, and we know you're doing as fast as you can. I don't think anybody's trying to put any undue pressure on you, just to let you know, we're just trying to make it happen. It's a great experience for the students and a great thing for our district. So thank you.
So thank you for that. I'm going to open it up. Ms. Montoya, do you have any comments?
Just mirroring that of the superintendent, we really appreciate you taking on the travel and ensuring that this trip happens for students. Other than that, I think it's clear now what the dates are, and I would be willing to move forward with approving, just so that it's not held up on our end and that our students do get to advocate for our district.
Thank you for that, Ms. Montoya. Ms. Haskey, any final words?
I'll also echo the same thing. Thank you for all the work that's going into making these travel arrangements. I would say, I think it's really important for our students to have that experience, and also for our legislatures to hear from our students. So I really appreciate all the effort. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I will say a lot of this was initiated by the people out in Washington. They were wanting to hear from the kids. They thought it'd be a great opportunity. And I know it's putting a little bit of stress on everybody to get it done as soon as humanly possible. And again, with the corrections of the date, that's kind of my fault, and I'll take the focusing on NAFIS and the changes, but Ms. Haskell was absolutely correct. The time is important for them to actually be in front of the congressional members and the Senate members to hear. So with that, I think we can certainly go ahead and do our best to ensure that these students do receive that opportunity to speak. And I know in the future, we're gonna try to develop some advocacy education through government and civics, so they have a better understanding and really being able to utilize their voice for them, not just themselves, but they're for the community and the kids. And along with that, and I know it was Board Member Montoya had told me a couple of months ago and how this could be turned into actually a leadership portion for, we're talking about CTE and stuff. So in fact, I was able to mention that out here in Kayenta about that. And this certainly could fall underneath that for the advocacy for their communities and the Navajo Nation. So I appreciate everybody's effort in doing this. With that, and having said that, I think we can go ahead and ask for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the special field trip request.
Second?
I second.
All right. And before I ask for the votes, and again, I just want to clarify that everybody that is involved through the ICO and the superintendent and the students, we know what we want to do. We know how we want to do it. And I know it feels rushed and just putting pressure on people to do that. But these are the decisions for the kids. And again, I take full responsibility for the misguiding and the timing that everyone's having to deal with. So with that, hold a roll call. Ms. Haskell?
Yes.
Ms. Montoya?
Yes.
And just for the sake of capturing everybody's response, Mr. So and Ms. Aspis. So, and I do approve myself, so we do have 3. Dr. Begay, you have your hand raised.
Yes, if I may, so based on what you just communicated, Board President Montoya, so is this going to be like a yearly thing?
We will cross that bridge when we get there, but the point is to develop advocacy leadership classes for our kids at all the high schools.
Okay, I'm only asking because it's good to know this information so we could write it into our grants and then have funding specifically available for that. And so we know what to expect and like put it into our grants coming for next school year. Because like right now we were trying to figure out where the funding was going to come out of too. So it would be good to know that way ahead of time if this is going to become an annual thing, so we could do that and have an amount put into the grants for this and plan ahead of time too.
All right, I thank you for the input and the consideration. And certainly discussions that we're going to have as board and superintendent and with the ICO. So with that, and it is approved. Someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second?
I second.
Okay, vote a roll call. Ms. Haskell?
Yes.
Ms. Montoya?
Yes.
Mr. So? Ms. Aspis and myself, that's 3. And again, my apologies for any troubles or asserted efforts for everybody involved. I thank you for approving this. This is absolutely needed for our kids. So again, thank you very much for your time and any confusion that this may have caused. And I entrust that everybody that's involved is going to ensure that we dot our I's and cross our T's and make this happen. So thank you very much. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.